In this video, I'm going to share with you a 5 super simple, easy step process that anybody can do in order to rewire your brain in order to manifest whatever it is that you desire. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rahaza, and if this is the first time that you're seeing my face, then welcome. It's so nice to have you here. If you're interested in getting one-on-one coaching with me, checking out my free masterclass all on self-concept, or purchasing my 4-week-long course called Life from Scratch, which is about recreating your life, your self-concept, completely shifting your state from scratch, from where you are to where you desire to be, then the details for all of that and more is on my website, rahaza.com, or linked in the description for your convenience. Now, I want you to be prepared that after this video, you're going to have an action plan that you can execute on immediately. So whether you want to take notes, mental notes, someone can write it in the comment section, a summary of this video, but you're going to have the steps of what it is that you need in order to really reprogram your mind for successful manifestation. Now, before we even talk about what those steps are, and believe me, they're so simple and I'm going to get to them very soon, but before I get to talking about that, I want to talk about why it's so important to reprogram our subconscious minds and how our subconscious mind even relates to manifestation. Now, manifestation is 99% about getting ourselves to believe in the process of manifestation, believing that what we desire is possible, believing that we are the god of our reality, and if we believe that we're the god of our reality, of course we can manifest anything that we desire. So if we have such a strong belief in the process of manifestation, then manifestation is going to be instant. Manifestation is going to take so much quicker than it would if we didn't have our mind programmed to believe in the process. The way that we get ourselves to believe in the process of manifestation is by reprogramming our brains. We need to be aware that our old story, our old programming has been playing our whole lives, right? Since we were born, fresh out the womb, guess what? We were given a bunch of limiting beliefs. We were given an identity. We were given a story and we've had experiences growing up in our lives that created our current self-concept. Self-concept being the way that we view life, the beliefs that we carry about life, beliefs we carry about ourselves, the world around us, people around us, the way that the people in our close circle are, the way that life just is, the way that things are for us, different wounds, different traumas, all of these things are kind of like built into our DNA, our human code of who we are, the way that we entered into this life as. And so because this old story has been replaying and strengthening throughout our entire life, it becomes not impossible, never impossible, but a little bit harder, or it might take a little more initial effort or discipline or persistence, consistency in strengthening the new neural pathways that we need to create in order to completely change our conditioning and reprogram our minds. Now, again, I want to, reassure you that it is not impossible, but it will take initial work, and it is a constant journey of continuing to strengthen our new beliefs in order to completely believe in the process of manifestation. Now, our subconscious mind is being programmed by everything and everywhere. Since we are born, we are being conditioned, and it just gets added upon. Everything in our life, everything in this world is programming our subconscious mind. The way that our subconscious mind has interpreted, taken in the world that we see around us and the world that we have seen and have been exposed to since we were a child, that then becomes our self-concept. That becomes the way that we view our life. We've been conditioned to view the world a certain way. And when we believe something so deeply and it becomes our self-concept, that then manifests. For example, if we were taught growing up, or it was our experience and we've seen and we've been conditioned, or we've been through trauma or whatever, if our subconscious mind somewhere along the line growing up heard that, money is extremely hard to come by, that we are just a family, that we are just a person that has a hard time, with money, in finances, with school, with love, that love is hard, that love is aggressive, that love is toxic. If we are grown up with these conditionings, with these ways of viewing life, And if that belief and that experience becomes so ingrained within us and within our subconscious mind, again, subconscious, this means it's not a conscious thing that we are consciously thinking, oh, love is hard, life is hard, money is hard to come by. These aren't conscious necessarily things unless we bring them up to consciousness, but they're usually suppressed in the subconscious mind, and we carry that as the way that we view life and the way that we walk around with life and the way that we show up, the way that our self-concept is, our true beliefs about the world, the true subconscious things that are going on up there. That's what manifests our outer reality, because that's what we believe to be true about our story, about ourselves, about who we are. And we're always going to attract who we are. We're not always going to attract what we desire. If we did, we'd all just have whatever we want, and manifestation wouldn't even be a thing because we'd want something and have it in a minute, right? But that's not how this world works, right? We don't attract things based on if we want them. We attract things based on if we are them, if we feel like we are in that state that is in alignment with the thing that we desire. Do you feel like a rich person? If you feel like a rich person, you feel like an abundant person, like money just is magnetized to you, and that's your deep-rooted subconscious belief about yourself, guess what has to manifest? But the key is to get ourselves to that space of believing it, of believing that it's possible, right? Our world is a reflection of who we think we are. And we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So we're always going to be reflected back to us the way that we perceive and view life. We're always going, if life is a mirror, right? We're always going to see back the what we project outward. The way that we view ourselves is going to be mirrored back to us. Now this becomes a problem when we're trying to manifest things into our reality, right? Because we need to believe in our desire and in our manifestation being possible for us. But it's not our fault if we don't feel or believe yet that we are the conscious creators of our reality, that we can manifest anything that we desire, or that the specific thing that we desire to manifest is able to come into our lives. It's not our fault if we don't believe that, because the world that we currently live in is constantly conditioning us and basically brainwashing us, because everything is reprogramming our minds. Like I said, we are constantly being programmed by absolutely everything in this life to rely on things external to you. We are taught not to trust our own intuition. We're not taught the power that we have within us to create the worlds. We're not taught these things. And therefore, because we're not taught it, we're not programmed to believe in our power, we don't see that being expressed back to us as much as we should and as much as we could and as much as we're meant to. So what we want to do in order to take our power back is we need to reprogram our mind to remind ourselves of who we truly are. And once we believe who we truly are, we know our power, we believe so deeply in the power of manifestation and the power of ourselves, guess what? We're going to see reflected back to ourselves. We're going to see our power. We're going to see how powerful we truly are as creators. We're going to understand our manifestation abilities and our power to create worlds with our words, with our beliefs. And that power is in our DNA. It's in our blueprint to create whatever it is that we desire in this life. If we can think it in our mind, if we can desire it, it is possible to be manifested. The systems that are set up in this world, unfortunately, want us to be sad, want us to be stuck, want us to constantly think about our blocks and how we're imperfect and how we constantly need help from the external world to change ourselves, rather than understanding the power that we have within us to create our life, to create our worlds. If everybody knew how powerful they were to create anything that they wanted in this life or to change this world, if we understood that power that each and every single one of us holds, how easy would it be to control us if we knew how powerful we are and that we actually cannot be controlled? So because of this, to take our power back, we must become conscious creators of our reality. We are always creating based on whatever we believe to be true about ourselves, whatever our self-concept is, whatever is subconsciously up there, right? We're manifesting based on that regardless. But by you watching this manifestation video, you are basically saying, I am no longer going to be just a victim to my manifestations, a victim to my subconscious beliefs about myself that are unconsciously manifesting a reality that I don't want to experience. This is you watching this video, is you taking your power back and deciding, I am going to be the conscious creator of my reality. And we do this by persisting in permeating our minds with what we want to become so that we can change our story and our state. All right, so enough of that little rambling. Let's get into the 5 simple steps that you can take right now to begin reprogramming your subconscious mind to believe in the process of manifestation and to finally take your power back. Let's go. Step 1 is to know what you want and be decisive about what it is that you want. All right, I just made a video. My most recent video was about this, about how we should stop asking passively for what we want, but rather declaring and deciding and being decisive about what it is that we want, and knowing with conviction that we are the creators of our reality. And if we're the creators of our reality, we can decide which time that we tap into and what it is that we call into our life and our experience. Number 2 is to affirm for the reality that you want to experience. Anything that you want to reprogram into your mind, we need to affirm. And what are affirmations? I made tons of videos on this as well, going into more details, but affirmations are our thoughts. Affirmations are affirming, repeating, or, you know, whether that's in your consciousness or out loud, whatever you feel like you want to do, even through scripting. Like, I consider scripting also could be a form of affirmations, because you're basically just taking your thoughts and putting them on paper, or just declaring them out loud, or even in your mind, the reality you want to experience. Your thoughts, over time, over repetition, over persisting in the new thoughts, they then become feelings. And your feelings are what really gets it into your subconscious mind and permeates your subconscious mind. So it's through the words that you're consciously feeding into your mind that permeate the subconscious over time. The thing with affirmations that is so important to know is that people view it as a technique, and I know Sammy Ingram talks about this all the time, and she's really helped me a lot with this concept, which is that, you know, affirmations aren't a technique that you do once or twice. Affirmations are you consistently telling yourself a new story mentally, through scripting, out loud, whatever, repeating a new story out loud that then begin to permeate into your subconscious mind. Now, this goes into number three, which is your mental diet. And, you know, this is kind of piggybacking off of affirmations. What your mental diet is that whenever you think about what you want to manifest in your day-to-day life, is you're constantly bringing your thoughts back in alignment with the thing that you want to manifest. So for example, if you want to lose weight, but you're eating a pizza, and in that moment your thoughts go to, oh my God, I'm going to gain weight. What you want to do is in that moment, check your thoughts and bring them back into alignment with the reality you want to create. So it's not just affirming here and there, once a day, twice a day. It's like constantly bringing your mentality, your affirmations, your mindset back into alignment with the reality that you want to create. Because in doing this in the moment when something comes up that you want to attract and call into your life, what this does is it rewires the neural pathways in your brain, and you're actually switching. So if you're having a natural thought of like, oh my God, my manifestation isn't coming, if you in that moment, even if you don't believe the thought right away, you don't believe the affirmation right away, you still say it, what you're doing is you're strengthening that new neural pathway, and you're creating new thoughts. And over time, by repetitively doing this, you are reprogramming your mind by consistently bringing your thoughts in alignment with the reality that you want to experience. Now, I have a video on mental diet, and I'm sure I'll make more going in depth on all of this, and the more that I study it and learn it myself, so you guys can definitely check that out as well. Number 4, this one I feel is really important, and it actually took me a minute to truly understand this one, and that is to process your emotions in order to let them go. Now, let's use that example that I just gave about, you know, wanting to lose weight, for example, but you're eating a pizza and your mind automatically goes to, oh my God, I'm gonna gain weight, and those are your thoughts, but then your emotions are, you know, feeling stressed, feeling unworthy, feeling all these things. When you think about the thing that you want to manifest, when you know, this is a whole another video. I definitely need to make more on emotions, because it's a big one. It's a part of the human experience. We all have emotions, and we cannot deny that fact that we need to process our emotions so that they are not being suppressed. Because if they're being suppressed, that is actually what's going to manifest, because we're always manifesting based on our subconscious mind and through our emotional state. And if our emotions are constantly being suppressed, we're not actually getting rid of them. We're not actually transmuting them. We're just carrying them on and allowing them to be manifested. So different ways that you can feel your emotions, to process your emotions and not stay stuck in them, because that's honestly the key. We want to feel them, but not stay stuck in that old story. The key is that we feel them, whether that be through tapping, which I'll definitely make a video on that as well, you know, quick EFT tapping, or which is emotional freedom technique, by the way, or through crying it out, releasing it out. Crying is a great way to release stuck energy and emotions. You can also do breath work. You know, there are so many ways to get trapped emotions out of the body. That's not what this video is about, but it's a very important point to mention, because a lot of people think, you know, just affirm, just focus on the positive, which is great. We do want to consciously reaffirm and redirect our thoughts, but we also don't want to allow emotions to get stuck. We want to effectively feel our emotions, release them out into the ethers, and move on to, you know, creating the life that we want to create. That's where our focus should always be redirected back to, so we can process, let it go, move on in creating the life that we desire. And then number 5 is to persist. This is my main message that I will always continue coming back to, because it's through that repetition of the affirmations, of working through processing your emotions and continuing to keep your focus in the story that you're creating. It's through that repetition that we begin to see changes in our lives. It's like the compound effect, right? It's like going to the gym. It's slow progress at first. It takes effort at first. You're not going to go to the gym one day and see abs on your body the next day. No, it compounds over time. You build your muscles over time. You persist in the new mental story until it hardens into a fact. You don't begin to affirm a new story and then it changes in 5 seconds or less, because you've built up the story that you are now currently carrying your entire life. So yeah, it's gonna take some repetition, some persistence to change your story. If manifestation was as easy as, oh, just change your thoughts and you'll get it, yeah, that is, you know, that begins to reprogram your mind and change your story and your reality. But for a lot of people, it's not the whole truth, right? There is more layers to it. And of course, as always, tune in with your higher self, the God that lives within you, to get your best answers. And of course, videos and lessons and whatever can be helpful, but ultimately your answers are going to come from within yourself. All right, so I'm going to leave you guys off with that message. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's all from me in this video. I hope you got value out of it. If you did, please leave it a like and a comment letting me know what was the most valuable thing that you got out of this video, or if you have any questions that you would like me to clarify. Please hit that subscribe button for new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Love ya!